Okay, let me just brief at a very high level. Okay. The idea of the AI project school is we have people who come up with their ideas, right? And we have Discord channels where people can look at those problems. I'll show the details. Okay. Let me show it as well. So we have this Discord channel, okay, where people can join, look at the various projects. Like smart transportation is one of the problems. Photo analyzer is one. Edu chatbot is another, and agriculture AI is another one. So we're talking about four projects today, okay. And for each one of them in the general channel, you will have the details of the project which will be pinned. Okay, you can look at it. If you're interested, you can just put interested and you can join it. So there'll be a discussions channel where you will work closely with the project leader who's floating the project. Okay, so I'm floating agriculture AI, and the other leaders will talk about their project shortly. So the idea is you work closely with the project leader to accomplish the goals of that particular project, right? If you so during the entire week, you upskill in terms of what needs to be done for solving that problem, right? What is the problem all about? You want more details. You want to do some research or learn relevant theory behind that. And on Saturday, right, every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is when we have the hackathon, correct? Hackathon as in the people in that team connect together and they implement or they write code for that particular project, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., where even the project leader will be there. So you can also write code during the week, nothing stopping you, but that dedicated 4 hours is when the entire team sits together, right? Because people have different working timings, availabilities, different space of working, that's all there. So the high level model is every week on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is when you get your stuff together, or if you've already done it, you showcase it, and rest of the people who weren't able to contribute earlier can write code or stuff like that during those 4 hours, right? And week on week, we are expected to see progress. And if we are seeing that it's reaching out of the MVP stage or the minimum viable product stage, some of these projects can go for validation, okay? Wherein the end users who are supposed to use these products in the real world, they will give feedback. And if it works out from the commercial perspective, then we can approach investors too. And if it gets an initial seed or something, then you can get absorbed, right? I mean, that's up to the project leader though. You can get absorbed in that. And of course, most of these problems will be small problems. It will not be to build the entire like WhatsApp, right? But maybe a small problem in WhatsApp which says, how do I drag and drop an image, right? How do I solve the problem of chunking it and loading it in pieces and all, right? So that kind of stuff. And if there is potential, the project leader can absorb you. And even if the project leader doesn't observe you, the idea is you get a recommendation, right, from the project leader saying that you are awesome, blah, 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 and all that, which will help you in getting jobs. And you can also put this project on your resume. Okay. And you can always look for a reference, right? If somebody is saying they want a reference, your project leader can give you a reference if you've done well. Okay. So again, way I look at it from a real world project learning experience and contributing to something and make something happen. Okay, rather than working on some dummy projects that people do nowadays, correct? So that's the idea. So let's start with so we have 4 speakers I mentioned. Let's start with uh, one second. So Atmane, can we start with you?
Yeah, sure, Vijender, definitely.
Yeah, I'll let you want to show something?
Yeah, I would like to share
Okay,
my
so the
screen.
first project is by Atman Tismani. He's, I let him speak more about himself, but he's come up with a chatbot, which is pretty interesting. So I'll over to you, Atman.
Yes, thank you, Vijender. So I'm Vijender's junior in college by 15 years. I've never seen him in person, but we connected through IIT Guwahati alumni WhatsApp group. I'm an educator for last 5 years. I teach students physics, specifically for JEE and NEET. But that's not my full-time thing. That's not what I want to do as a career. I want to do tech in education, something that scales, something that adds value to users. I'll just quickly share uh, the document. I just made this today morning. Right, so the problem statement, I hope all of you can see this. Yes. All right, the problem statement is whenever, for you guys as well, right? When you're coding, when you're stuck at something, right, you don't know what to do next, right? Similarly, I am assuming a lot of you will have gone through the JEE NEET. If you are in Hyderabad, you must have done MSET. and your local, if you're in Karnataka, KSET and so on. Whenever there is a problem, you're solving an assignment and you're stuck, you don't know what to do, right? So a lot of students send me over WhatsApp. A lot of students will Google search, they'll look up on YouTube, etc., etc. Right? That is what that is the current solution for these current problems, right? But the problem with that is, as a teacher, I'm not full-time available, right? I'll reply in a day, sometimes half a day, and then I'll reply back. Then they will have a doubt. Then they'll get back to me. Then I'll reply again in half a day, like that, right? That's not ideal. And YouTube, Google, yes, it is good right now, but it gives you the full solution, right? It's not learning experience. You're not learning. Some students are in some cases, yes, definitely, but in my opinion, that's not ideal. And sometimes for advanced questions specifically, a lot of the solutions are behind a paywall. It's not available ready, right? So my proposed solution for the same is we build an ultra personalized, effective chatbot. Yeah, that is an AI coach for an individual, right? It is always ready to support. Now, whenever I propose this idea, there is always a valid criticism from people that, okay, why can't student directly go to Grok, ChatGPT and just give the question and be like, oh, explain this to me. How does it work? Right? Why should they come to your chatbot, right? So first of all, other than the convenience with WhatsApp and Telegram, that it is already in your phones, we are already in users' pocket. That's just convenience part. But other than that, we believe we have some unique advantages over native LLMs. That is, we understand as a teacher, having seen like hundreds of students one-on-one, right? Not just in a group coaching, we understand the intricacies of learning. Okay, what are the common pitfalls, right? When does the learning happen? When do students get excited, right? When do their eyes lit up in the class, right? And when do they feel confused, right? All those, we understand these intricacies much more deeply, and that's why I believe I am in a unique position to develop for this. Second issue is that uh, if a student is using ChatGPT, Grok, let's say he's getting value out of it, but the teacher, parent, admins, right, the school, they still need the data. Okay, this student is weak in thermodynamics. This particular concepts he's having trouble with. Or this student, let's say, he's not understanding this specific type of integration, how to do that, right? So if that data I have, then I can also go and support him individually as a human, right? Of course, AI cannot completely replace humans. That's my belief right now, but it can support them in these ways, right? So these are the two main uh, reasons why a separate product makes sense, in my opinion, right? Just like you have Cursor for coding, right? Well, you can technically do it in ChatGPT, but Cursor makes it a lot more easier. It adds a lot of value when you. I'm not sure how many of you use this, right? Similarly, Perplexity for search, you have Versal and Lovable for building coding. If you haven't, please do try them. Do try them, right? We have Gamma.app for creating slides. All these, despite having LLMs and ChatGPT and image generation tools, we also have these tools for very specific use cases where we are using these native AI technologies to build something and create value for the user, right? So in all of this, what unique advantage, I have already talked a little bit about this, but what is the secret, right? What is the main thing that we have that we believe others are not focusing enough on? That is, I want all of you to imagine, right? When does the true learning happen, right? Anything like you might have been hearing from childhood, your parents are telling, your teachers are telling, work hard, do this, do that. If you're consistent, you'll get this. Honest is the best policy. All these like principles, let us say, right? Or anything right now, even Vijender was teaching some hardcore technical things, right? Anything. When does that true learning happen? There are 34 students in this call right now, but some of them will understand that, some of them will be wandering in their mind somewhere. They will not be focused, right? They will not understand that. So when does the true learning happen? What is the precursor to make sure that learning happens, right? Whether it's through a book, right? Whether it's through a YouTube video, whether it's through a live coaching, whether it's offline class. My opinion, I'm convinced that true learning happens when you yourself, right? Your mind, your body, uh, your brain, You reach those conclusions on your own through your thinking process, through your logic experience, rather than just reading it, mugging it up, or just like watching it on a YouTube or a teacher, right? When those words get to your ears, your brain thinks about those things, and then you're like, there is a aha moment. Oh, okay, it is like this and not like that. And this is why it is like that, right? That is when this happens. And now, how can a chatbot help in facilitating this kind of learning? Is that imagine your best math or science teachers that you had, right? Or even history, biology teachers, right? Or social sciences. What is common? I think great educators inspire you to think on your own, right? They don't give you the data. Oh, this is the data, right? A Google search will give you data, right? But they inspire you to think on your own. They encourage you to think on your own. They push you to think on your own, right? They push you to question things, right? And whenever a student asks me, let's say a new laws of motion question, something like that, they send me. I don't give out the answer directly, right? Good teachers, in my opinion, they don't give out the answers directly. They help the learner reach the answers through dialogue and precise questions. Okay, you think this body will fall. Okay, why would it fall? Okay, what happens if this body falls? What happens if there is a wedge, right? What happens if there are these forces and so on, so on. Those of you who have learned physics might be able to relate more. So this is the idea behind a good chatbot, right? This is what we are trying to build with the AI chatbot. Where what I have done so far, I can tell you this. This sometime back, Vijender was teaching. I was like, "Oh, what is this?" I'm not that technically sound in those things. That is not what I have spent my last few years on. But yeah, okay. By the way, this method of teaching also has some technical terms that I found out later. It is also called a Socratic method of learning or scaffolding method of teaching, right? Where you don't give out the answers directly, but you just help learners step by step based on their comfort, right? Based on what they already know, you're just out of that, just on the edge of that boundary. This mostly works one-on-one. This is very difficult to do in a group coaching, in my experience, because all students have a different pace. So this is the best method one-on-one, because you once you spend some time with the student, you understand what is their pace, what concepts they're comfortable with, what type of learning they get excited by, right? What things they are interested in. For example, some boys in my one-on-one coachings, they're interested a lot in cricket, right? So it makes easier for me to give them that reference that for cricket balls in a projectile motion questions in physics, right? It's just this is an example. I'm kidding. Anyways, so yeah, current stage, I have already built like a very basic Telegram bot, which just calls the API, Gemini API, and gives the solution. And there is another service that gives the PDF. It looks easy, and when you first start out, it looks very straightforward. But then once you start building, you realize that, oh, there is a lot more things. You have to build a context. You have to create a database. You have to collect all the data. There are a lot of errors. You have to figure out free services so that it won't cost you too much, right? And there are so many things. There are a lot of errors you get that you need to then figure out. A lot of roadblocks you hit, right? So yeah, okay. What we need to build eventually is the Socratic tutor, where it asks you precise questions and not just give out the answers. Right? That is the idea. And then equally important is the analytics. That okay, are the users actually using it? How many questions are they asking? Sometimes they get frustrated with the question. Are they getting frustrated with the questions and they're like, just give me the solution. Which topic, which subtopic, how much time is being spent in each of the questions, right? Etc., etc., and so on. There is a lot of analytics to be built, which is equally important as the flow, right? And what I have learned so far about this, you can check about this tech used. What I have learned so far is tech literacy is not the roadblock in building this, right? The real roadblock is resilience and mindset to figure things out. You are even while building very, very simple things, you'll realize that it's more than what you had first imagined. But if you are in the mindset of, okay, it's okay, I don't know this part, but I'll figure this out. Okay, I figured this out. Then okay, I don't know this part, but I'll figure this out. I don't know how to do this, but I'll figure this out. Right? That resilience to continue and that mindset of figuring things out, that is the real value than. So I would rather have somebody who has that resilience and mindset to figure out, who is still an amateur in tech, than somebody who is expert at tech, but he only wants to be in his comfort zone. Okay, I know this part and I'll do this part. I don't know this part, then I don't want to do this part, right? And I'm not comfortable doing the parts that I don't know. Right? That's not the. I don't believe that's the right way for progress. Right? So yes, that's it from my side. Tech uses. I'm using NA10 platform. That's a kind of no code, low code tool. You still need to do a little bit of coding there, and paying for that per month. But you can get a free trial for 14 days for 2 weeks. Whenever I hit a roadblock, whenever I don't understand something, you can again. Okay, let me try to show you how. Whenever I don't understand something, let me share this tab. Yeah, I'm not a coder by profession. I just copy this. I just copy the error. Whatever, for example, yeah, this is the. I tell it. Okay, this was the code you gave. This is what happened. This is the error I got. And then tell me, what do I do now? And then now Grok or ChatGPT, a lot of the times they will do everything, and they'll give me the repaired code. They'll tell me, it will teach me what is done, right? So as I said, technical capacity is not the roadblock, but the mindset to figure things out and the resilience. Okay, you are going to hit innumerable number of roadblocks, then figuring things out after that, that is the real skill, is what is in my opinion, right? I'll also share this in the chat this same document.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
anybody has any doubts, this is the time to ask here.
What is the progress that you made, and how many users have you
Yes.
got
So
from the progress that you made?
right. Thank you, Maurya. So right now, as I mentioned, progresses. I have only built a very basic bot where you can try it out. In the document, there is link as well to the Telegram. You can send the question. It will give you the step-by-step answer, and it will give you an option to get the PDF for that answer, like full solution. Right. So this is nowhere near the end product. This I have shared with a few of my students, like 5-6 serious students in my class who are genuinely wanting to learn, and they are using it just to get solutions. But I don't believe there is real value in that, because you can also Google search the questions, right? Only the questions where you can't find answers on Google, those questions they're using it for. So usage is, I would say, very minimal, like 5 questions per day students are asking right now.
Yeah, that's great. And I like the idea, and I'm the victim of this kind of education system where when we ask a question, we don't have the right person, and we don't have the right person to understand our intent.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, More. Also, one more thing I would like to add, right? This is not set in stone. Whatever ideas I have, whatever things I'm doing, right? Some of you might have your own ideas. Oh no, the learning should happen this way. No, the learning should happen this way. No, this makes more sense, right? So I'm open to that as well. You contributing your ideas to making the product. The goal is to make it useful for people. So the ideas are not hard coded. Yes, Hriday.
Yeah, I got it. There is a lot of space to work on here. I mean, for students. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, Hriday.
Hi, Atman.
Yes.
It was a great presentation, first of all.
Thank you.
I have a technical question. I'm sorry
Mhm.
for that, but how
Yeah.
does this bot handle errors? Like, it's on N8N, right?
Yes.
And just adding to that, does it like keep on executing? I mean, I'm pretty sure the workflows would have been online or active. How does it work?
Yeah. So I can show you the workflow. It looks something like this. Is the one for Socratic tutoring. This is currently in testing phase. So it takes things from Telegram. It checks if it's a question Are they requesting for a PDF solution or things like that? If it's a question, we check if it's a photo, audio, video, voice. Then we send it to Postgres as a context. Then we get back the context. Then we get the full solution. So lot of things are there. If there are errors, if somebody is not getting things as the way they are supposed to get it, they just text me, okay, sir, this is not working. Then I go look back at executions, what are the errors, etc. So for now, it's all manual, right? Eventually, we want to have a system where if there is an error, it is triggered, we should automatically get a message or something, things like that.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yes.
Now, I was working with something similar, so I was stuck in the error handling part. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, so I just copy paste the error along with the code and entire context what I can give. I'll give it to the Grok or ChatGPT with the reasoning enabled, and 99% of the times it's able to give me accurate solution. If not, I go to N10 communities. I post my
Maybe
question there. People will help.
a small suggestion. I'm so sorry
Mhm.
for
Yeah, no, please do.
yeah. So maybe you can just add like a error handling workflow for that workflow so that it automatically logs it, and maybe later you could somehow like try to execute it. That workflow is
I'm
what
not
I
sure.
did.
Understood. Also, there is native
Yeah,
AI in N10. I asked native AI as well. That has also been really helpful.
all right. Yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Thanks. It
Okay.
was great speaking to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Atman, for sharing, because I'm sure there'll be other people with a lot of ideas. Okay. And
Thank you so
questions.
much, Vijinder. Yes.
So
Yeah, you can text on Discord, right? I'll also join this Discord. If anybody
yeah,
has questions, we can continue there.
correct. So once you join Discord, I put it on it's a pinned message on this chat, right? There is
Awesome.
a group already created. It's called EduBot or EduChatBot, right? So in the general channel of that, you can just ask your questions. You can get going. We'll have a separate channel discussions there. So I mean, general is open for anyone, right?
Sure.
You can just go in
Awesome.
there. Again, Atman, you can just have a collaborate. I think there's a voice also. There's a video calling capability as well within Discord, or you
Right.
can have Google Meet. You guys can connect and get things going. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you,
So
Vijinder.
I really loved the way you put it forth, Atman, because I
Mhm.
you seem to have that kind of a good what do you call instructor kind of a persona, right? So yeah, good luck, and let's move on to the next one. Let's have Pankaj Arora from ITG 2002. Pankaj, you there?
Hey, Virendra. Yeah.
Hi, Pankaj. So
Cool.
Pankaj has
Hi.
got another problem statement related to I think image classification, right? So he's from 2002 batch, IIT Guwahati, design, and he's yeah.
The
So
dinosaur there.
so Pankaj, over to you. Why don't you
Yeah,
get going?
sure. So, I mean, just to give a little context and background, so Virendra and me started talk on like this AI hackathon last week, and same time I was like kind of delving into a couple of thoughts around AI, one of them again is into learning, like which I'm trying with a different AI IIT Guwahati cohort. Like, so we're trying to build something into gaming and learning. So that's one, and yeah. This the other idea that I'm exploring is to do with like photographs. So we all of us I mean are like a photographer these days, right? सभी के cameras में ability hai, and we all go on like different events, tours, travel, weddings, all of that, right? And beyond that, also there are a couple of scenarios like where we need photographs, like in documentation, IDs, and all of it. So I have a broad line kind of a idea which has to do with sorting these photographs based on certain parameters, certain characteristics. So that's the problem, and there could be like tons of use cases like associated with that. But for my understanding of this format that we have like now, here between us. I think we'll start with like taking up one use case and try to like kind of get it to a certain level where like if it seems to like show potential both in terms of like the ability to which we are able to solve it. Like, so, I mean, as Virendra did mention, like if we get to the MVP level, then we can look at like sharing it with some actual users, then probably if it shows promise there, then funders and all of that. So that whole cycle would start to come into play as soon as like we are satisfied with like what we are able to achieve here. So just to bring it to your attention, I'll just share. Okay. One second. Sorry, this is not the one. Just give me a moment. It's taking time. I shared the wrong screen initially.
So, Pankaj, can we go to transportation and come back to you? Will that be okay?
No, I
Any
mean,
time?
it's done. Like I'm there.
Okay.
So yeah, it's there.
Okay.
So
Good.
as I said, like there are several scenarios that would require one to pull out certain particular images out of a big stack of images, or like have pictures taken with certain characteristics. So this problem that I'm saying is gonna get like I mean increase over a period of time because the advent of digital photography is there's no cost. I mean the concurrent cost associated with like taking pictures. So we do end up like overusing the shutter and like kind of take too many of it and like kind of then I mean the basic flow and thought there is like that we'll deal with the selection and maybe like some of the composition thing like post images and all that. So that's one kind of scenario. The other thing that I talked about is like have picture taken with certain characteristics. Uh, so in terms of solutions, what exists here, like mostly like either it's a manual approach that we have, like we sift through these pictures and select them and like kind of do the final stacking and all, or like we do have some bit of automation already coming into place, like which is like we all have pictures stored on our phone, and if it's Android like phone, then like Google is sort of managing our pictures into Google Photos unless we have some particular apps downloaded for that. But generally, like Google has started to auto sort of curate and collate your pictures, bunch them like on the basis of like either your face, or maybe there's some option somewhere like to do it by the year and all of it. But these are very basic like things. I mean, like in terms of, I mean, they serve very little utility to me as a person to be able to like kind of do much with it. So it's good to see like your images getting sort of organized in some manner. But I think this is a sort of a loose approach, and it leaves aside a lot of scenarios that could be actually be like particularly useful for me. So let's say like if I've my brother's birthday coming up, and like I want to like kind of take pictures from last 10 years that we both had together, or like since childhood, like create an album for him, send it across to him. So those kind of possibilities don't exist like right now, right? So again, as I mentioned, this is one kind of scenario. There could be many scenarios. Pertaining to the second one, which is mentioned like broadly, like or have pictures taken with certain characteristics. I think most of us would have had the experience of getting our passport done, or like get a visa done for another country and all. So these are scenarios which require you to have like pictures taken in a very, very strict, rigid criteria manner, right? You can't escape even a single criteria until otherwise, like you get into a situation where you have to like roll back again, like do that activity once more, twice more, whatever. Like as long as you don't get the things right. By the way, are there people like who have gone for the visa like in the group?
Yes, Pankaj, I've been there for Singapore. Right, so I know that. I know the pain point. Yeah.
Great. So how was it? Like, was it streamlined, smooth for you, or like you had to face some issues?
No, so the issue I faced, Pankaj, was my mother-in-law. So they have very stringent photography requirements, right? So your face has to be,
Mhm.
you know, so percentage of your total picture. So my mother-in-law's
Mhm.
photo got rejected because it didn't meet the
Mhm.
criteria, and then I had to go back and get another photo done, and it's so much of waste of time, and you know, it's stress as well, right? So I think this is a problem which I can relate to.
Right,
And I can do
right,
and I can score as well. You know, again.
right. So, yeah, I mean, this is the usual scenario because like a couple of months back, my mother had to travel to New Zealand and like we were trying to get visa for her. So it ran through like a couple of rounds. So what I'm gonna do is like, okay, this is a typical instruction sheet which anybody gets like if they're trying to get themselves shot for like visas. So I would just quickly let you glance through this. I mean, you're not required to read everything. Just have a look at this. So it says do's and don'ts for a proper photograph. They say no backgrounds, right? Then the centering of like your eyes, centering of your like head, all of that, right? No half shadows, or sorry, half lit face, shadows, nothing. Photograph print property, like so you don't need like anything being hazy or like anything being crumpled or something, some lines showing up in the background. So again, instruction for resolution, no eyes like looking here and there, like no tinging, no gamma. For women, like there's another special set of instructions. Your hair shouldn't be like coming in front of your face. So all of that. No shades. If you do wear spectacle, no reflections, no scarves, nothing. So there's a whole laundry list, like, and if you get even one single thing wrong, like these photographs gets rejected, like nobody takes them, and there's no way around it. You just have to like get it clicked back again, like again and again until you get it right. We had to go through like a couple of rounds, like because sometimes it was size issue. One time, like it was like the background was not proper. So, I mean, even like Virendra has like mentioned it that like this is what probably like almost everybody has to go through. Like a part of the reason being like the photographers are also like it's a rare thing for them, like especially like in small places or like if you're in an area which is not near to embassy and all, because in areas which are near to embassy and all, there are like people, I mean, photographers who are slightly worse with the whole flow, and they do probably do a better job. But otherwise, like mostly when you go to your like nearest photographers and all, they don't have the full set of like instructions with them, or they are not aware of it. So you I mean, they have some sense of it, but not the absolute sense of it. So there are some minor mistakes, but that puts you into trouble. So
Yeah.
this is like one of the use case that I bring here, like, and we want to like kind of sort of solve for it. And I can share this link also in the chat for you to like have a later
Yeah.
look up on it,
Yeah,
give you a
please
better
share
sense of
it.
things.
Yeah, please share it in the chat message. I will put it in the Discord channel.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I will also do is I'll slice this recording, right, and create
Mhm.
smaller videos, and I'll put those videos in the respective channels for people to have a look at it. Okay.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like for India. So we have got like about I think 206 nations, right? And each
Yeah.
one, I mean, at least like all the good ones like who was looking. I mean, every country should be looking at this. So they would have their own set of instructions and their own level of strictness around things. Most of them, I would believe, like would be strict, like it's immigration and like cross-continental travel and all of that. So security protocols make it like mandatory for people to like maintain these records in the best of the fashions. So yeah, this is what we would be attempting to solve, like in terms of what has been done so far. So what I've been trying to do is to look for like the data sets, which will probably help you like train the algorithm to be able to I mean, do this job, right, automatically. So there already are some data sets which can help you like as we go forward and
Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay. I think I'm audible.
Yeah, yes, you are.
Okay. I think we just lost Pankaj there. So yeah, I think Anil, are you ready for your next one? We'll probably in a second find the time.
Yeah, I'm ready. Am I audible?
Yes, Anil. Okay. So maybe I'll inform Pankaj, right? So again, you'll find the details of the work of Pankaj and whatever documents he has in the
Can't hear you.
Discord channel. Okay, I put the link and I pinned it. Please join the Discord channel and you can check out in his thing. Okay, let's get going, Anil. You can start yours. We have Anil who has a transportation business and he has got some interesting problems which AI can solve. So over to you, Anil. Please introduce
Yeah.
yourself. Thank you.
So hi guys. So this is Anil. So I'm an IITG graduate from 2019 batch. So currently we are. I think Pankaj is still sharing the screen. Let me share.
Yeah, can you enable your video and screen share, please?
Yeah. Can do it. So currently we are operating a fleet of buses from around in and around from Hyderabad to all the cities surrounding. So currently our buses go like our buses started somewhere late in the night and reach destinations in the morning. So the problem statement that today we are going to explore is, well, let me show. So the problem statement is, so there'll be certain, let's suppose my bus is going from, let's suppose Hyderabad to Bangalore. So there'll be certain schedule for my bus, which is, let's suppose bus starts in Hyderabad at Lakdi Kapul. The boarding point is, lat long is this, and it starts at 10:30 and it goes on. So it reaches Pune in the morning by 11:30, 11:30. So there are certain boarding points that where we pick up the passengers. So some bio breaks where we stop for the restroom or dinner breaks, and then we drop passengers at the end of the route. So currently, what is the scenario is, so I'll tell you why is it important, because like you guys also might have been aware of this, that you booked a bus and you are waiting somewhere and the bus is still not there, you're waiting, you don't know what you are. So luckily these days we got GPS system, but still anyway you'll get intimation, that's it. The solution for this backend is we don't have any proper data as to what is it that's happening that's causing delays. So for that currently we have a dashboard where we get this information that, so let's suppose there is this service which is going from Bangalore to Hyderabad. So the starting point is Silpur. The bus is scheduled at 6:45. So bus is scheduled at 6:45 and the GPS location is at 6:41. So there's a bus arrived 4 minutes earlier. So the same point, if you see it in factory in Bangalore, if you see the bus was scheduled at 7:45, but bus got delayed by 20 minutes. So I don't know what's the reason. I mean, mostly it might be due to traffic jam. So, or else it might be due to any other reason, like let's suppose the police stopped and he started inspecting the documents, or else some passenger came late at previous boarding point, which we couldn't miss the passenger pickup, and then it got delayed by next boarding point. And if you see, the delay gets carried throughout the journey until it gets to a little highway road where they can adjust it. So currently we are getting only this data. I don't know where it got delayed. So currently this is all happening manually. Let's suppose I ask my drivers what happened, or else I ask my captain what happened. So it's all happening manually. So I want this process to be automated. So let's suppose there's one more use case where I can optimize route. So let's suppose if you see this route, which is Hyderabad to Tirupati, on any given day, it generally goes 45 to so if you see, this bus on an average is always early by some time. So this is 27 minutes early, this is 25 minutes early, 39 minutes early, 53 minutes early. So, but I have not updated the schedule because it's still a manual process. So let's suppose it's 8:10 is the proposed time. So, but I'm always reaching by 25, 30 minutes earlier. So I can change it to 7:30, which will give me advantage over competitors. So let's suppose my start time is at 9:05. I'm reaching at 7:30. So that's a good advantage because your travel time is getting reduced. It's competitor advantage over. So currently these things are all happening very much manually. Like our ops team looks at this data, so analyzes this day in and day out by going over through talking to customers, talking to our drivers, and understand what's happening. So it's all happening pretty manually. So for this, my problem statement is, so we can just automate and get an understanding as to what is happening in the route. So currently this is the state. It's all manual processes. So and we lack granular insights like what has happened. Like is it due to passenger being late to the boarding point, or is it due to any extended breaks at the dinner points, or is it due to any unplanned bio break? Let's suppose sometimes passenger request that they want to stop in the middle of the journey. So that can happen and we couldn't deny customers. So then there are extended dinner breaks, like where people like where if they go to a restaurant in the middle of the journey, and for some reason the bus has been delayed, the passengers couldn't come back to the bus on time, and it got delayed. So then there are delays at drop points also. So let's suppose like there were 10 passengers at a certain location, so dropping there will take some time, and some passengers like some passengers or some elderly people or some women with kids, so they request to stop at exact points where it's not authorized. So it can happen due to multiple reasons. So and sometimes vehicle issues may also kill, like sometimes there might be a flat tire in the middle of the journey sometimes, or there'll be speed drop due to performance of the vehicle, or there is some nut and bolt which is being cranky in the middle of the journey and driver stopped for 15 minutes in the journey. So and there are unexpected events like delays due to accident, some RTA checking where compliance checking it happens, or there are, let's suppose there is an accident of the other vehicle for which traffic has been halted for some time. So there'll be n number of reasons. So currently we are not able to track these reasons. Let's suppose in through any data entry or something. So it's all happening manually. That's we understand what's happening on the ground just by talking to our ground staff. So now I'll tell you what kind of data we have. So there is this schedule. Like let's suppose this schedule is from Hyderabad to Pune. So bus starts at this point. This is the time, and lat long is for that point is there. So then we have point type, which is it's a boarding point, or it's a bio break, or it's a dropping point. So then we have the vehicle data. So a particular vehicle which goes from Hyderabad to Pune, let's suppose. Today it goes from Hyderabad to Pune. It's like this is a journey. It starts from Pune at this time. So we have data of vehicle like this, that we have timestamp about the time in which the GPS location has been captured and what is the altitude of the bus. And then we have continuous travel continuous travel journey. Like let's suppose my bus starts at 7 o'clock in the Pune, 8 o'clock or something around Pune Park. Now, if you see, it starts moving. So the bus starts moving and the GPS data we get. So out of which we need to see at what point has this point been reached, at what point, let's suppose Hyderabad point has been reached. And then if there is any delay between that, we'll have to see in the GPS data whether there are any unscheduled halts or whether the vehicle stopped for any other reasons. So I've pasted what are the reasons for this? So you might like slowly see the data and can map to a particular reason, and then we can verify it manually, and we can fine tune, we can retrain the models. So with this, I'll get to know very proactively what's happening on the route. If there is any mistake, like are drivers stopping unhalted routes? Are there any mishaps happening in the route? So this ensures that there is a certain efficiency happening in my route. And this will help me bring value to my customers also, so that they get any messages saying that this is the delay, or tomorrow, like let's suppose most of the times, if you have been traveling in the journey, you know that your bus has been delayed, but you're not sure because you might be, once you get into the bus, you might be sleeping, or you don't know what's happening on the road during the midnight. So there might be accident, there might be traffic, or there might be some checks, but like tomorrow morning, if you wake up and see, you're not sure why there was a reason. So I see the majority of the ratings that we get in Redbus are due to this. Passengers don't know why the reason. It might be genuine reason for the passenger that bus got delayed due to a traffic jam or some genuine reason, but passengers don't know. So they go to Redbus and express their frustration saying that your bus got delayed, so I'll give you 1/5. So that affects our performance as well, because we're not being proactive with the customers, and we ourselves are not proactive on the information. So we get it, like let's suppose by once the bus reaches, we'll get it by afternoon or something when we meet the driver. So by the time we could communicate to the driver, we've already got rating. So that's where we are having a little hit on our performances. So this is the problem statement. So impact of this solution will be very hugely beneficial for us. So one is operational efficiency. You'll understand what's happening, and then you will be able to take actions properly. And there is service reliability. Just what I've spoke, like these passengers will be understanding what's happening, and it'll make sense to them. So yeah, this is about the problem statement. So currently the state is that we only have what's happening at particular boarding point, and that's easy to get, but I need to track what's happening between also.
Cool. Thanks, Anil. Thanks for sharing. Anyone, any questions so far? Again, just FYI, I put up a message in the chat. There's an open internship opportunities which Anil's team is offering, right, for anyone who is interested in this. There are 2 tracks. One track is the simpler way of data engineering and displaying visualizations. The other one is using ML to identify error, delay hotspots and other stuff. Okay. You can check out that link which I posted, and you can access the details there. So again, the further details will be there in Discord channel as well. We'll put that in there too. If you're interested, you can join that and get going, guys. Okay. So I personally like this, transportation problem statement, and I'm sure people who contribute will also benefit out of it. Okay. Thanks, Anil. Thanks for that. In the interest of time, I think we'll have the last problem statement. So I think Pankaj, we will get back to you towards the end. Okay, let me finish the 4th problem statement. Okay. Okay, thanks, Anil. So the 4th one is related to Agri AI, right? So this is something that I have floated, okay, from my side. I worked several years ago in a company called Vasa Labs. So we were working on solving the problems of the farmers, right? We used to give out crop advisories and all the stuff. But back in 2018, I don't think AI was like where it is today, correct? It was pretty nascent, more workflow-oriented, rule-oriented kind of stuff. And most often than not, the advisories wouldn't make much sense, right? Even to me, I'm giving out advisories, but I wouldn't be convinced myself, right? But again, I won't get into that. Fast forward to today, I feel that, AI should kind of benefit us as Indians, as a country, right? So software is not the only thing that we should rely on. I think getting hardware into it and building some real stuff and applying it to the Indian conditions and solving our problems is something that we should, as talented Indians, we should do. Correct. So that's where I thought, I have a small piece of land, right? I'm not a farmer. I won't call myself a farmer because they work much harder than I do. But I have found that I have problems, right? In terms of how to, because it's like 55 kilometers away. I have several problems in terms of understanding what's going on there. What is the health of the plants? What is the moisture? Should I go in for more? Are they having a soil moisture stress? What is the pest and disease infestation going on? And I have no clue, right? So I feel that with the latest technology we have right now, we should be able to capture that information, and AI should be able to give me meaningful insights to do what I should do, right? So that I'm less reliant on labor and more reliant on intelligent insights. And it's not just me, it's about the farmers as well. And I feel that it can be a key differentiator. Okay. So the problem statement I'm coming up with is basically, it's also one of the agentic AI hackathon problems of Google, which is happening on 26th of July, where there are, we take the IoT data, basically temperature, rainfall, humidity, and soil moisture, right? And we combine it with the inputs related to various pests and diseases, right? Various pests and diseases thrive for each plant and in a specific environment, weather condition. So if any of these weather conditions are matching that particular pest and disease for a particular crop that is sown, right, we give predictive alerts, right? That could be a possible infestation. So today what people do is they get the pest and then they analyze it and then they do the needful, but it should be predictive. It should be, I think you may be a first-time farmer, or you are not aware that these conditions are going to cause this kind of thing. Why don't you take preventive measures, right? So that's one. Second is government schemes. A lot of farmers need government schemes help, right? And AI should be able to suggest them even before they ask, right? For example, a particular crop in a particular region, there's a scheme, why don't you avail it, right? Or if they query, they can get information, right? The third problem is market data, right? Farmers generally don't sell their produce. They work really hard, but they get shortchanged because they can't sell it at the right time. So you delay by 1 or 2 days also, you may not get the right price, correct? And that's critical, right? Especially when you are saying the difference between a quintal of 240 versus 210, there's a huge difference, right? When you're selling so many quintals. So that matters, right? So that's the third problem we are solving. So again, we want to use AI with all this data and solve it. And that's the problem we're trying to do. And I want to bring in that hardware element of it in terms of IoT. We build our own stuff. And of course, it may not be perfect, it may be perfect. The idea is how can we build in-house and reduce the cost? End of the day, farmer is not going to spend a huge one. Second thing is, why should we have to import from China or anywhere else? Why not build it yourself, right? Because again, push comes to shove, we reach a point where we cannot do it ourselves, we probably import. But then if we can build it in-house, why not? Again, end of the day, I'm not saying this is going to solve all the problems of the world, but it's a small step towards how we can use our own talent in electronics. We have these guys graduating every year. Let's put them to use somewhere. Manufacturing should be somewhere we should start looking into, because I think the future of jobs in the AI world is, I'm sure all of you know it, right? So I think manufacturing is where we can generate jobs. And I think a lot of stuff we buy from China and other places can be done here. That's my premise. I might be right, I might be wrong, but let's give it a shot. That's what is the attempt. Okay. So I have with me again Kartikeya here. So I'm just going aside. So what again? In the interest of Kartikeya is 1 second. So yeah, I won't take more than 5 minutes more. Okay, I have Kartikeya here.
Hi.
Yeah, so he's from KMIT, Keshav Memorial Institute of Technology. He's a hardcore electronics guy, and he's doing a little bit of software nowadays, right? So there's services, and he has his own products on LEDs. Correct? He's building LEDs and selling them on Amazon. So then I thought, I don't have much expertise in electronics. So I said, why don't you come on board? So what he has done is he's pulled up, some, again, a basic
temperature and humidity detection sensor sort of.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see. Yeah. So he built this, kind of a temperature and humidity, right? There's a small. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So basically, like if you can, it's.
Yeah, if you can see it here, right? He built a small device which captures the temperature and the humidity, right? And it is connected to his system. because again, we can't connect to his system on this. So I'll just remove the background maybe. I think that will. You have it connected on the phone? Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, give me a second. So idea is again, I thought it's more, give me a second. I'll just connect over. Yeah, on the phone if you can.
Gmail, so you can open Gmail and
Okay, I think I have it. One second, I have it. So just give me a bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, where is that?
online. No.
This is the Luma link. Okay, good. Luma. Yeah. So okay, I think we should have it. Join it.
I'll just join with this.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. So you can see my screen, right? So yeah, you can see, right? So basically, again, it's not a very hi-fi sci-fi system, right? Again, I know it. I know I might be making it look like it's some rocket science, but again, he's built this stuff out, right? And it's connected to a system where it detects kind of the temperature and humidity, right? So I think it's pretty accurate to the nearest minute.
So
Correct.
this is the current temperature.
Yeah, the current temperature is 24. I think his is also detecting
So it's
23.
plus or minus 1 degree.
Yeah, plus or minus 1 degree is okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. And this is our control. This is the brain of the system.
Okay.
And this is our sensor, which is detecting the humidity and temperature.
Okay.
And I can connect to my laptop again as long as it has a power supply. I can just put in a charging adapter, plug it in anywhere.
Yeah.
It transmits. It's like it's an hotspot mode.
Okay.
So as long as I'm in range, I connected this and I can access data. So even if I'm here,
Okay.
I connect it through that.
Okay.
I just kept it as a hotspot.
Okay.
To that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So you basically you connect it to that and it's able to detect it,
So,
right?
You always have an option where, like you said in your farm case,
Yeah.
we can give it internet access. So we directly
Relay over the internet.
So you have some API link or to the cloud directly connected. It
Okay.
keeps sending data for every whatever time period you want.
Okay.
And we have live data from wherever it is from the place itself.
Correct. Okay. So again, guys, it's not rocket science in terms of what he's shown here. I understand, but the point is, we want to encourage people who want to come forward for designing the hardware side, if you're interested, or on the software side as well, right? It's serious stuff. Okay, we're going to actually get data. If required, I'll go to the government, Telangana government as well, to get data if you need for this. Of course, I have my own farm. We can get data from there too. Okay. So I think Afan is asking, is it Arduino board or Raspberry Pi?
It's a Node MCU. It's an ESP8266. So right now you get these in the market and it's pretty easy to wire up and everything. But ideally, if you have plans to make your own products and all that, the chip level remains the same, but these are not industrial grade. So you would have to design your own PCB and a breakout board, and then you can use these.
Yeah. Okay. Is that answer fun? So again, the point is, we want to invite people who are interested in hardware, building the stuff, putting it on the field. In fact, I will take you to my field also if you're interested in Hyderabad. I don't want people to sit in cozy office rooms. You got to, look at the heat, look at the, on the ground stuff. We've deployed, we see the challenges, and we iterate it and build it out. Okay. It has to be valuable at the end of the day. That's the goal. It's not just a theoretical, empirical project. Okay, for the sake of it. So, any questions, anyone, for this project?
I have a couple of that, but I'll call you on that.
Sure, Purandar. Okay, you can just put your questions on that Discord channel. It's pinned over here, I think. Is it pinned still?
This is Sumant Anna. Yeah, I think you lost me.
Yeah, Sumant. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think because
yeah.
okay, because there is a lot on this stuff which I already explored a little bit, not on the hardware side.
Yeah.
I think I'll better talk to you.
Cool. Definitely, Sumant, right? Yeah. So again, you can join this Discord channel. In that channel, you can in the general section you can put your questions. Okay, we'll put all the details there and pin it, so that you can get going. Okay, and if you have any questions, feel free to post there. We cannot cover everything, right? But I think you get an idea, right? The purpose of this meeting is to get a high level idea of what these projects are, what are the people looking for, and get going. Okay, so this entire week will go into brainstorming a little bit more, diving deep, getting questions clarified and stuff like that. And we connect again on the coming Saturday, which is 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The respective teams connect and do hack away to writing code, exchanging notes, making progress. Okay. So during the week, feel free to connect with your project leaders. Okay. Yeah. Any questions, anyone?
What about the training data here? You're also working on the training data?
Yes. All the data, everything will be provided by the respective project leaders. Yeah, whatever is required, right? See, the push has to be coming from the developers or team working, saying I want this, I want that, and they get the data, right? And they have to make sure it's available. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So again, anyone, any other questions? So in the interest of time, again, I think we'll probably close it here. Please join this Discord channel. It has all those 4 projects. There's a general channel. Feel free to communicate in that, ask questions, whatever. You can share this with your friends too if somebody's interested, right? It's just a small effort to kind of some real world projects get going. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining. If you have any more questions, I'm here for some more time. It is for the Agri one, and I think all the leaders also will be there. If you have any questions, we can take up right now. For Raja Pankaj or for myself for transportation, or even I'm not sure if Atman is still around.
Yeah, I'm here, Vijender.
Yeah, okay, Atman is also around. Okay, great. So if anybody has any questions, we can just take maybe like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, so I mean, since I got cut off slightly abruptly, so I shared the document in the chat. So that's one sample. Also, like this is a very sort of vibrant sort of a field, right? So I already have like about 8 to 10 scenarios captured where like this similar function could come into use in the different scenarios, and there are different use cases, and each one of them could either like become a utility of a larger like application or a product, or it could stand alone as a like product by itself. So I mean, as I say this, I'm sure like when you will start to work on it, you would have certain scenarios coming up in your head and all that. So we'll share all of that and all the excitement that it generates within you also, like that you could identify some of the use cases. But for the like sake of this first iteration of this AI hackathon, which I'm supposed to last for a couple of weeks, so we'll try and like grind this one, the visa one out, like because from my assessment, I see like this is the one that can like float fastest, both in terms of like being able to achieve something meaningful within this short span that we have together. The other thing is to be able to like get to the actual users and like run some user testing like alongside, if we are able to like get to that level within this short period. So this is what appears most promising to me from this larger stack. Like, and as we talk in group, we can talk about other scenarios also, and like you can share your views and everything. So this is it from my side on this at the moment. And yeah, as Viren said, like we are here for some time, and also we are like there in the Discord to answer any queries that you may have. So yeah, that's it. I'll pass it on to Virendra again. And thank you all guys for attending this and being here so far.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Pankaj. Thanks everyone for joining. I think
1 minute, Vijender.
Yeah.
I just want to say that this is really great what you're doing, Vijender, because we are in the dire need of upskilling, right? There are not going to be any jobs in let's say front end, back end in a few years, right? This is, we're upskilling people in AI education, getting upskilled. It's really great to see. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Atman. And I also love the passion you have for what you're doing, Atman, right? Like, I see people wanting to build chatbots, but I see your approach is very methodical, and it's really about delivering real value, right? And that's what always sets up great products, right? So yeah,
Thank you.
Will achieve your goals. And we also got some of our relatives who are preparing, and I'm excited to see how it pans out in terms of helping them as well, right?
Amazing.
Yeah, curious to see. Yeah, thank you for bringing it up and sharing, right? So I think it's lunchtime on a Saturday. I think we'll probably let people go. So please join the Discord. It's pinned, and we'll get it going from there. Okay. Thanks everyone. Again, take care. Bye bye.